To this point, we have described one of the initiating process group's key documents, the project charter. Now we'll discuss the other key document, the preliminary project scope statement. The scope statement describes characteristics of the product, service, or results of the project. It includes work that will be and will not be performed by the project, and how the final product, service, or results of the project will be accepted. It will also discuss how scope will be controlled. One other thing I'd like you to be aware of are that many times the project manager may not have time or may have too small of a project to perform all of the steps described in the project management framework. Remember, the PMBOK and the exam assumes that every step is performed, so it's important that you learn all of these processes. The preliminary scope statement is meant to integrate objectives and deliverables into the description of project work, and it's meant to take the project background and work it into the description of the project along with the business objectives that will be met. The foundation for synthesizing this information is the information provided by the project sponsor and/or the project initiator. It's based upon consensus of deliverables and project expectations and includes current high-level information. All of this will be further defined during the planning phase in the scope definition process. The inputs to this process have all been described to this point. If you're unsure of the definition or content of any of these, you should go back and review the key elements and information to make sure you understand why it's important to the project's preliminary scope statement. These inputs include the project charter, the project statement of work, enterprise environment factors, and organizational process assets. The tools and techniques of the preliminary scope statement include project management methodology, project management information systems, and expert judgment. Again, these have already been reviewed in detail, and you should go back and review them if you need to. As with many of these key documents, there are many elements that should be included. The preliminary scope statement includes project objectives, characteristics of the product, service, or results of the project, product objectives, requirements for both the product and the project, exclusions from scope, otherwise known as project boundaries, constraints, assumptions, high-level risk lists and definitions, milestones, initial work breakdown structures, the cost estimate, and at this stage it would be the order of magnitude estimate, the configuration management requirements, and the project acceptance criteria. This concludes Chapter 2. The next section is a review of the chapter.